Hello everybody, hope you all are doing good out there. We've got another restoration to do in this video. Went down to the local pawn shop, rummaged around some, and found something that will be fun to restore. Let's pull it on out here. Here we've got our little garbage can. I like this because I was a garbage man for a while, and our cans were just about this color blue. But nevertheless, the big question is, what's in this little garbage can? Because that's what we are going to be restoring. So let's see what it is. As you can see, this is another Zippo we're going to be cleaning up. I cannot tell the exact year on this model because of this thick paint that they have on it, but I do know that it is a Zippo Slim. And this is a regular full-size Zippo lighter. You can see this one's a lot thinner. It's a lot skinnier. Now, it has a black matte paint on this. You can see there's a big spot right here on it. But you can see where the brass is shining through on all the edges where it's been pocket carried so much. Like I said, you cannot tell the year. Can't make the year out yet. But when we opened this up, the lid wouldn't hardly open, and this is not the insert it had in it when we pulled it out. The insert that it had in it had 1999 was the date code on the thing, but it was completely corroded up. The cam was absolutely worn out, and it was just in very bad shape. The flint was messed up in it and everything. And he had a bunch of these extra Zippo Slim inserts. And so we just took a new one and put inside of it. This one I don't believe has ever been used. At least it sure don't look like it's ever been used to me, and you can see the wick there. The wick looks good. I don't believe it's ever been used. So we put this insert in it. But the insert that was in it, I don't know if it was the original or not. May have been, may not have been. But it was saying that the thing was 1999. And what we're going to do in this video is we're going to clean this up and buff this up. Try to get it nice and shiny like this brass one we have here. That's our plan. You can pick up these matte black Zippos for about 21 bucks on the internet. If you look inside, you can see there is a tremendous amount of canker. It is just corroded severely. Very badly. So we'll have to get that cleaned out. I thought about leaving this with the patina on it, but it looks rough like that. It's going to look better shined completely up. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. If y'all are interested, y'all can watch and see how I do it. But first thing we got to do is pull your insert out. Then we're going to soak this in some acetone or some nail polish remover. This one is colored up. I've used it multiple times before. Also, make sure you've got a container with a lid. I made that mistake last time, and I had a lot of it evaporate. That's why this bottle isn't completely full. So just drop that down in there into your acetone, pop the lid on top, and let that set for a while. And that's the first part. I'll probably let this thing set, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 hours or something. Mess with it later this evening, check in on it, see what's going on. But that's the first part, so we'll get that soaking. Then we're going to try to scrape that paint off. Then we're going to try to buff it up to a high mirror polish like this one. It'll sure make it look a whole lot better, I'll tell you that much. Looks pretty rough as it is. Thanks y'all for watching. I'm not sure if I'm assuming I'll make this maybe a 2-part video. Just have to wait and see. But we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, let's dig into the insert on this Zippo Slim. And like I said, I don't believe it's ever been used. The wick looks new. It looks new. I don't believe it's ever been used. But let's dig on into it now. Pull out our Zippo bit safe here. See if we can take this Zippo apart. See what it looks like on the inside and stuff. There's in there pretty tight. I don't know how old this insert is. I think it'll tell me once I look under this tag here that's on the side. But just take that loose. That Zippo bit safe insert, it does a real good job because you get plenty of leverage because it's so wide. Yeah, we'll take this out here, and we should have our flint up in here. There's our spring. There's our little flint right there. Put these over here where I won't lose them. I know what we'll do with them. We'll put them in our little garbage can here. Shut the lid. There we go. Set that out of the way there. Now let's see here. So we've got our felt here on the end. Let's pop that out of there. Set that aside. Trying to see the wick. The wick's all bunched up over here in the corner. That's not ideal. See if we can pull these rayon balls out of here. I've never messed with a Zippo Slim before. Is that one ball right there? Yeah, that's one. Let's see what else is in here. Two. Boy, these are really in here. They are really stuck, I'll tell you that much. I'm going to have to pull this off camera where I can see it a little better. Okay, got another one pulled out of there. Those are really stuck in there though. Okay, and there's our last one pulled out. So we got 4 in there. Then we also have one over here on the right side of the tube going up for the flint. Now look at the way that wick is ran. That's not ideal, is it? So we'll run it the way that Zippo says you're supposed to do it. Okay, so these are the instructions that come on how you're supposed to route your wick and among your rayon balls. And so if y'all are doing it, just pause the camera there and you can copy this little diagram right there. Okay, so off screen, I had to do this off screen. I routed the wick and the rayon balls the way that it showed to on the instructions there. Then after you've done that, we'll put our little felt piece back in. Now we got to get our flint and our spring out and install them. See if I can get that down that little tube. There we go. Now be careful because this spring, it can shoot out on you. We'll just tighten that up. Once we've got it mostly tight, I'll go back to our bit safe insert here and go ahead and tighten this up the rest of the way here. Don't want to make this real tight, just tight enough, just snug. There we go. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is scrape this little sticker off here. I'm guessing that this was a replacement insert from Zippo is my guess. I really don't know. But having an sticker on it like that, that's my best guess. See if we can get this peeled off. It'll be interesting to see what year this is underneath the sticker here. G08, so this is from 2008. That's interesting. But yeah, that's got this insert ready to go. I think the wick looks like a pretty good height to me. I'm going to clean it just a little bit and it'll be ready to go. Okay, it's time to check in and see how our Zippo's doing. We've had it soaking in the acetone for probably about 4 hours or so. Check and see if that paint is starting to loosen up any. I think the color may have changed slightly, if I'm not mistaken. I think it looks a little bit more green than it did when we first put it in here. Let's see here. Let's pull it out. Try to keep as much of that in there as possible, because this stuff will evaporate pretty easily. Now let's see here if we can make any dent in this paint. Try to get this up here where y'all can see it. Yeah, we're scraping it away. It could do with softening up a little more, I do believe. It's a pretty thick, as you can see. They've really got this paint on here pretty thickly. I really don't know much about what kind of paint they have used on this or anything like that. But I think this does need to soak a little longer. Also, any of y'all who have done this before, do you know if the acetone loses its, the more times you use it, does it start losing its ability to dissolve the paint and to thin it out? I really don't know if it does or not. But it wouldn't surprise me if it does after it's been used a few times. But those of y'all out there who know, if you could let me know, I'd love to know that. So yeah, like we said, we're going to have to keep on soaking this one a little bit longer. I'm just going to scrape some of the paint off of the top here, just try to get that top layer off. Maybe it'll allow it to sink down a little bit deeper. And get that acetone down into the undercoat of paint. We'll do it on both sides like this. And then I'm just going to, when I get done doing this, I'm going to put it back in there, let it set, and let it soak just a little while longer. See if it can keep on dissolving and softening up this paint. So yeah, I'm going to put that back in there and let it soak a little longer. Now check in after it's been soaking for a while longer.